Hanyu and Osiris, no one wants them. Artio and Afro sustain is no longer in lane unless it's on a Hercules. Dear God.
Yeah, that guy's gonna be a little long time. This is the first time we get to see a Herc in game. Usually he was either banned out or just kind of left to the wayside. Meanwhile, I Love You Punch, considering the Kerberos pickup. I do like Kerberos here. Because,
why are we calling him Kerberos?
What this character is able to do with that
are we tripping?
Informant is it picks up people even if they're displacement immune, right? Because it's a levitate technically. It's got its own special name, but also it absorbs some of that healing that other people do, so it's a good response to all the self-sustain that Hercules
Wait, does Serb pick you up if you're using a knock-up immune ability?
Snipe away some of the
Is that true?
That's dangerous. Kabrakan's present as well.
I know that wasn't in Smite 1. Is that a thing in Smite 2? I haven't tried that.
The Bari's no longer the call, maybe because she has a harder time getting out from Kabrakan's clutches. I'm not sure if Akate's gotten any easier of a time with it, but certainly has a bit more utility with that open the gates.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Oh, a Bacchus. Interesting. What I will say about this Akate is that Kabrakan doesn't have a CC immune ultimate, so we do have the chance to consistently pull the Kabrakan with Open the Gates. Same thing with a Merlin. If you have his beads down, you can pull him in, and think too, there's a Hercules as well.
I always get CC'd on my knock-up ult. When you're playing Serb, yeah, you're not, you can, yeah. I'm saying that if you're going up against a Cerberus and you have a knock-up immune ability, I thought that canceled out his ult.
There's really great match proc items in the game. I'm talking
maybe not. I guess, I think that's just Smite 1.
And the fact of the matter is, it's going to be a lot tougher for I Love You Punch to grind through, chew through all those prots. At the same time, though I say that, Musi, sometimes it doesn't end up being as relevant. I mean, the fact that Akate is not going to be building Madge defense in the first place, she's still going to be vulnerable. This Bacchus and Hercules, though, could be a different story.
I mean, in the place where we are right now in terms of itemization, Dilo, think about some of the items that are good to build all the time, right? If you're
like Anubis one, yeah.
Hercules or Bacchus, items that are good to build all the time include Yogi's Necklace, maybe something like a Golden Blade, Spirit Robe is also good. You could opt for something like a Sphere of Negation for the Bacchus. He does as in scaling, so he benefits from that. But a lot of the items that these tanks have to build, most of them have split protection.
Yeah.
So all inning on magical gods might not be the worst thing in the world.
Exactly. We'll find out if that ends up being something that they pay a consequence for as we hop into game. Two Goats and Tegvir up against three-headed dog and a Kabrakan. Let's see which one ends up taking it. I see 3 Warriors axes on one side and 2 on the other. Two Goats and Tegvir wins.
I love this blue stone for any Q, but also I'm a little weary. The thought process for this bluestone is Merlin is able to constantly throw out abilities. Like, constantly throw out abilities. So I wonder if we're building a tank Merlin with, like, Helm of Radiance, Sphere of Negation, something like that. And then using the
Merlin, shocking.
Physical damage on somebody like Paul or Tegvir.
Triple stack and rank.
Because you have a full magical team. But
I'm down.
like I was saying
okay.
before, D'Lo,
we can do whatever.
Two Goats and Tegvir, these tanks are going to be building split prots anyway.
We're kind of in, at least I'm in that rank. Well, I don't know. What are you, Nam? Are you Obsidian now?
God,
oh my goodness.
Right there to start things off. Purification beads already forced off Benny Q. Now we got to turn back. A Phantom Shell goes both ways. Tegvir used some solid pokes for the troubles, but already.
I don't like trio stacking, but that's usually towards like bigger Qs. But I don't care.
There's big channels on each side between the gas
D2? That usually be fine. Hopefully it doesn't fuck up. If it fucks up the queue the first time, I'm not doing that anymore. I hate trio queuing like later, but if it's like in slower or lower queues, I don't care as much.
Definitely can. You can see the damage already getting put in here. This Kabrakan's
Yo, they just left his ass. They just left the fucking cab.
Didn't even escape. Then Paul grabs first blood on top of
or did cab just
lacking by themselves? No friends.
Not. I wasn't paying attention. Did cab just fucking fuck off? I guess. Yeah, Paul's team. This is over, dude.
First blood and the purple buff and their own blue buff is gonna start to develop this snowball for Two Goats and Tegvir. So now the question is, can I Love You Punch start to pump the brakes a little bit on this game? Because I can already see that Book of Thoth being looked at by Benny Q. So
I'm a full glazer on Paul's team, bro.
Long enough to get all their items online. Whereas Two Goats and Tegvir, because they have 3 Warriors axes, they really are just trying to run it down and end this game as soon as they possibly can.
That kill is also a big display of the weakness of having that Aegis. There's just so much CC.
Oh, fire.
Conditioning CC from Two Goats and Tegvir. The fact that you have the Driving Strike Earthbreaker combination as well as he's opened the gates. No CC immunity baked into that kit, Kabrakan. You're going to be all by your lonesome when that CC comes calling.
And that's what we talked about earlier in those picks and bans too. Paul can ult this Kabrakan pretty much on cooldown. And I don't think it's ever a bad play per se, because you can open the gates, flop, pluck, Driving Strike, all the way to the other side of the fight. This Kabrakan's going to have a tough time playing into that, but hopefully a Yogi's Necklace in the future for Nika and Zav will help them live a little bit longer in these sustained engagements.
Yeah, TGIT, they have a competition that really likes to play from ahead. The Bacchus will not feel good from the back foot, so the fact that they start off with this early first blood is really solid. A great testament to the understanding of what this composition needs to succeed from the players that are piloting.
Wait, are you guys able to hear the music?
3 minutes on the board. Small gold lead here.
Yeah, you are.
Tegvir, but I love you punch. Not losing their cool. Still staying strong.
I appreciate too the fact that Two Goats and Tegvir are not looking for anything unnecessary, right? What I mean by that is there's nothing to fight over right now. No red buff, no purple buff. The Lost Knight's going to be spawning soon, but beyond that, we were talking about risk assessment before, D'Lo. Two Goats stands to lose more from dying, even if they trade out, I feel, because I Love You Punch, that just helps get them into the game. You know what I mean? But now that
I know what you mean.
is up, we can kind of take these fights, we can take this conversation over to the left side of the map.
Right.
And if you're Two Goats and Tegvir,
right,
maybe go for an early Lost Knight.
Ooh.
Because you do have, like, Happen and Tegvir can auto down an objective fairly well.
That's a good point, brother.
And the mitigate wounds, you have the attack speed there.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta bait I Love You Punch into a fight,
right?
Pick one and go for an objective.
Oh, okay, I got you. That's damn. You should play this video game.
That I want to focus on for a bit.
This guy's smart as shit.
Ghastly breath. Whose breath stinks the worst is the real question here. Happen versus Nika. And you know what's also worth noting? I mean, Happen's been playing this Cerberus for quite some time here today as well, so a lot of experience beneath their belt of understanding the weaknesses of this character, how to outrange, how to pressure them. Maybe how to pressure his cab as well. Good mez following that knockup, but it's a great stun as well.
This guy's hilarious, dude.
Spit. Brings back in the boxes, but they can take the portal right on back. What amazing play from Paul to peel for their support. The rock
they fucking that serve up.
But the driving strikes off the mark. No one dies just yet.
Red buff looks like it'll go the way of Two Goats and Tegvir. A beautiful ult there from Paul. Gotta love that one. Like you said, not even there to scoop anybody in, but to get Happen out because his flop was already down.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, up in that top left section, Tegvir harassing punch at their blue buff. Makes space. Two Goats and Tegvir walk away with that purple, so we are getting more and more gold in our pocket to better prepare ourselves for the next stages of the game here.
I believe in Kerberos, yes.
Approximately 30 minutes if my clock is correct.
I've never heard that pronunciation in my entire life.
You're just trying to keep a stranglehold on the
Kerberos
so far. And you know what the issue is with this game as well, Musi? A lot of burn. I don't really see too much secure, so no E-set, no Vulcan. No one's going to really feel safe and happy with trying to contestedly rip this Lost Knight, and these teams are just far too skilled to ever put that risk on top of the board. So it's going to come down, like you said before, to kills, and those kills are not coming quick.
You know what is here though? A Void Stone for Happen is kind of a flavorful pickup. I'm not gonna lie, you don't really see it.
Double Yogi's Necklace.
This might be where it really shows up, because not only does it give you, you know, magical protection,
shield splitter,
a little bit of int and a little bit of health,
Void Stone, huh?
As well as an aura, one of the
few
auras in Smite 2 that decreases the amount of magical protections you have the closer you are to the person who has the aura.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What in the fuck am I looking at right now? Why is there a triple magical team?
Trying to take advantage of the small weakness.
What's going on with that?
Which is the fact that they only exist on one side of that.
I was wondering why he got Void Stone. I'm like, interesting. I mean, that's not a bad item, but like, why would you go that over like something else?
Nonetheless, it's still something that could push
that's why.
a game where you only have 3 players and everyone has to execute at their best. These small advantages.
What's their idea with this fucking team comp? Maybe they just think that the
Two Goats and Tegvir slowly but surely building up a gold lead of their.
Why I feel like a Hakate should just go Spirit Negation.
In terms of itemization, The only one that hasn't finished their second item so far
No?
is Happen on the side of Two Goats and Tegvir. With the back now.
The ancient Greeks called him Kerberos. Are you serious?
But
No, he's wrong. Fuck him.
right
We're right.
Has second
Yo,
items of their own.
Am I tripping right now?
It's kind of a waiting game until both teams feel like they've hit their appropriate power spikes to
They should get
go for a fight. If you're Paul, the power spike probably involves getting some form of penetration.
Americans again?
Nah. Good fight here.
Wrong, Angel. You're wrong.
Great CC immunity there, shown by the Hurricane face Stygian Torment. The portal does snipe up the cab, and that's what they're going to go for first. The Aegis does grant them some damage immunity. This heal as well, but there's no way out for you either, Cap. Let's be careful. You're already quite low. And this Hercules is already empowered. Passive meter at full. Massive, this man. And some solid damage and poke dealt out. The issue is, of course, no carry, no physical. It's not going to be the easiest job of getting much power damage off, but at the very least, Two Goats and Tegvir show that they still have the upper hand with the fights.
Two Goats and Tegvir, take a look at that red buff. Again, small incremental wins, but I like the way I Love You Punch is playing the map by moving over towards that purple so that they can try to stay ahead and farm, but look who's in the mix of it. Tegvir's causing some issues.
Stop and Happen in their tracks on the side of the jungle. Cerberus finds Paralyzing Spit. Tegvir knocks up Zav one more time, but doesn't have anyone in position to really do much follow-up. Leap for leap, Cerberus gets back underneath that tower and stays safe. And once again, I reach for my Pringles tube.
And again, I reach for my Pringles tube.
Pringles in hand. I go to bite a chip.
Cerberus is most commonly pronounced in English as Cerberus, with a stress on the first syllable and a soft C. While derived from the Greek Kerberos, which uses a hard K sound, the English pronunciation is softened to an S sound over time.
So annoying.
Well, actually, pronounce Kerberos.
Teams are just kind of poking each other out, feeling each other out, waiting for
Evo coming in the win. Let's go.
Because if you overcommit
Type
here,
shit.
you start a
Bully
snowball
her,
against-
Mammy.
Right? You stand the chance to lose something big. That Lost Knight on the left side can just die, and then you lose your tier 1 tower. So both teams are kind of happy to, you know, shake hands across the table and say, cool, we're just going to farm to 20. Is that fine with you? It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Let's go back to doing it.
Right.
Yeah, it's again, cost-benefit ratio. Sure, you might gain the love and adoration of the Twitch viewers by diving in and just trying to see what works out, but you won't gain that sweet, sweet 1050 cash prize. And unless those fans are gonna pay your bills.
Am I mistaken? But like, it's not actually $10,050.
Yeah.
The second place gets $350. First place gets $700, right?
Because even if you go for an engage, everybody's got their relics.
Oh wait, no. $750 goes to first place, and $300 goes to
bleed those resources out, but that's kind of hard to do.
to second place. And then you got to split it up 3 ways. No.
You have rotations you can use, roaming characters that can gank a lane, that can force something to happen.
I mean, he literally just said the original pronunciation is Kerberos, but Americans English switches it up. Uh-oh, Nami.
Side jungle.
Uh-oh, Nami.
Like, the room for error is very slim. It does not take much to lose a Joust game.
And both these
Soul Reaper? Is it a big Soul Reaper? Yeah.
And it's credit to I Love You Punch, the fact that they see that one on the kill board and they're like, it's not all cooked. We can very well just slow down the pace of the game and wait to see whose 3v3 is better once we all hit 20. So they've done a good job of resetting the pace, only 500 gold behind. It's really negligible at this point, and they're just going to continue to play their game. They're not going to march to the beat of anyone else's drum aside from their own, unless Tegvir's got something else to say about it. Triplicate Vision's off the mark, but the leap does find the Cerberus. Unfortunately, Stygian Torment finds him as well, and once again, the portal not only provides safety, but also snags back the Cabrakan. Do they decide to focus on the Cab, or do they instead look towards the Myrtle in the back? Double rock forces a shock, as well as the bees out.
I'll just put the facts out, I don't care. Damn.
Maybe try to do it again.
Damn.
Paul has finished up their Soul Reaver. It's a good pickup here because they're
Damn, Nemi just concedes like that.
Oh, I Love You Punch, so they'll have a bunch of damage. Clearly, Tegvir needs to do, or we need to do something about Tegvir because they just gotta walk up, do damage, and never take any.
Who would have thought these guys would not take any damage against a triple magical team?
Nobody actually dies. It's still asking me a question.
To concede, I would have to have cared in the first place.
If I try to hit you, if I try
They can still concede and not care.
back up, or you're gonna try to fight me? For the most part, I Love You Punch puts up a bit of a fight, but you'll notice the health bars after these fights. I Love You Punch, Benny Q, and Nika there, half health as they have to go back to base, but everybody else from Two Goats and Tagveer do not suffer the same duress. This makes me think that
all the warrior axes,
we're gonna get to a point where Tagveer or Happen is gonna go in, Paul's gonna throw some damage over the side, and this time it will be enough to actually kill somebody. That evil eye on the way. We could be seeing an Ob Shard there soon for for Paul. Benny Q has their Shred online, but doesn't really have the space to operate to get the damage off.
Tagveer's looking to predict.
Buzz is projecting. What? Wait, what would I be projecting?
Of the Earthbreaker. Clock has been poked out as well, but Tagveer's on the front lines, driving strikes right out of range of the Stygian Torment. That's gotta be.
What would I be projecting?
Really would love to see this Hercules die.
He is Copington. Wait, what am I coping on?
Back to a bit of a staring contest here.
Enlighten me.
Nika with no ultimate could present an opportunity for Two Goats and Tagveer, but they're playing it very patiently. We really are just kind of waiting for that level 20.
Fuck, I'm coping, but I don't know what I'm coping on.
Here, or at least our penetration available.
Shit.
I mean, looking at some of the other builds, Voidstone for Zav is kind of cute. You know, you saw the Bacchus do it.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just hitting each other. I don't know if this
Uh-oh,
is
miscommunication.
We'll find out.
Oh, big old.
Trouble here, but Zav does manage to
I'm doing some damage. They're actually doing some damage to.
Driving strike on in.
Oh, big Aegis.
Rebound, not going to find an extra well-timed Aegis, but
There it is.
it's sucked
Ooh.
right back in. Zav's in trouble. There's no
Damn.
way out for you, buddy, except for a casket. One more kill. The pockets Two Goats, Tagveer, and
What's Scab's build?
Tagveer still at a full health, nearly radiating.
Wow, they cooked his ass, huh?
That passive meter.
That
is
hurt.
going, and now the bat's swinging. Minion wave on in. That tower's.
I refuse to acknowledge it's pronounced that way.
There we go. Finally.
No, it's not.
Blood on the dance floor.
It's not. It doesn't. It's not pronounced that way.
Shoes on and make a spectacle of it. As the map state is finally altered. Two Goats
It's not
and Tagveer
pronounced
will
that
have
way.
A little bit of gold pocket to spend, so that'll finish up that Ob Shard for.
What up, Neko?
As well as a Shield of Rebuke for Tagveer, who hasn't picked up a second relic yet, by the way. How long has that been the case?
Biding their time. Just wait until
Biden
we
will
notice.
try at least 70 seconds.
We see you, Tagveer. This is why you're not
Yo, dumbing out Neko for.
Goats remember to buy their second relics, Tagveer. That's a
Might not even
Yo,
need
this
to-
Herc is doing bits,
Look at
bro.
Look at this damage. Look at this rock. Look at this drive. Benny Q
Hold this
turns
rock.
away. Does not want to stare at it.
Ooh, battle.
Try to make him hold the portal instead, but no one was quite around long enough to get caught in the gates.
Evolution TN.
Off the mark with the driving strike, but on the mark now with the invade.
Evolution Tennessee, as icons would say.
Successful for our friends Two Goats and Tagveer. We'll have to wait to see their belts to find out.
Let's see.
Any bull demoners?
But
No, it's just like
No.
a Balmor
the
instead.
next play. Yeah.
Yeah,
As we kind of transition to the next stage of the
yeah,
game here,
yeah.
I've been talking about Lost Night all game, but now my
Yo,
be a prime.
This Herc pick is
opportunity to
doing
take it just 'cause it'll
some
hit
good shit.
guaranteed on that Phoenix. So that'll enable Two Goats and Tagveer.
Damn, she's gonna break your neck, Nami. You gonna let her do that to you?
I love you. Punch.
Damn, Nami's gonna have to concede again.
Potential to.
Yo, I didn't know Nami was such a conceder.
You've got the erosion there for Nika.
Unfortunate.
The shells that were picked up. 2 Shell of Rebukes there.
He conceded. He conceded again. He's like, I don't wanna argue with her. I'm out of here.
That's scary. That's
I'm outta
terrifying
here.
for Benny Q because it grants them one more means of engage while retaining their driving strike.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like
It's true. You blink engage, you go crazy.
Fucking
you
Benny
driving
Q's
strike
team
away,
can do
hopefully you have somebody aiming the driving strike
anything.
towards the team.
probably because they have all magical damage and they're all going magical defense.
It made it to Smite too, but I don't know if they've patched it. I'm pretty sure it's still present. Yes. And for those who don't know, that means that when you hit an Earthbreaker, it doesn't just take you back a market distance. It actually takes you back to where Hercules is. So if you hit the Earthbreaker, turn back around and blink in the opposite direction, that person travels all that distance.
It's kind of tough to do, because it's like you can't use blink when you're in combat. You can do it like that though.
That's why
This Herc's just gonna solo this fucking Merlin. Holy shit.
We'll take it. Flicker out from Benny though. Grants him a bit of safety.
And now he's come back full health. Wow.
Here, though, in favor of TGAT. some solid damage up against the Cerberus. NQ hasn't
Wow, they
just yet, but that very well
they just do no damage.
Zap dies to regret it instead. Paul takes them out. The Cabrakan for the 3rd time.
They just do no damage to them.
Will reach the gray screen, and now
I gotta know what their idea was with this team comp.
I mean, unfortunately, Zav with no beads makes them very susceptible to all of the CC that Two Goats and Techfear have. And that ended up biting them in the butt a little bit. Lost Knight goes down. Phoenix disabled. 15% penetration and 0.8 health and mana per second regen.
Yep.
Gained. Consider that in the bag.
Acquired.
Acquired. We got it.
We got
so
it.
Now,
ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
We got it. For the next 93 seconds.
17 minutes. 3-0. Two Goats and Techfear retaining that lead, 3K up ahead. And we've got to talk a lot about Two Goats and Techfear and how they've executed their comp to success, but we haven't really got to talk about what I Love You Punch can do properly in a fight to ensure they not only sustain and gain, but also actually win a fight themselves. So how does their ideal fight go, Musi?
For I Love You Punch, if we can find a way to isolate Paul, that'd be pretty good, but who's able to jump in there and get crazy? Just the curve.
I'm surprised Paul hasn't gotten Spirit Negation.
Wait, Cabrakan went the distance.
And unfortunately, he's going to go a bit further inside the portal. Paul switches places. And a great driving strike grants all the peel and distance necessary for Paul to continue to free cast in the back. Hippin and hoppin', they know they're safe. It's a leap on in from the Serb and a beads force down in Torment.
Paul's just going to solo him.
Paul. Good spit there, but not good enough. Paul finds the killing spree and puts that puppy dog back in the kennel.
3-2 now, I Love You Punch. On the back foot before, and even more so now as that bird goes down, but 20 seconds left for this Lost Knight buff. Two Goats and Techfear go for that Titan, but I don't know if they can actually do it.
30 seconds off the
Good
board
beads. Yo, this Herc's putting in money, man.
I promise you, Techfear can make the same thing happen once more in just a bit.
20-minute game. It's looking like it will be that. They got minions in there too. Wow, is it game? Yeah, that's game. Paul, Benny has to leave. Thought he was dead for a second there. I don't think anyone had cooldowns up. That's game.
And open the gates comes through. It's going to be a little bit more necessary, but they've got enough in the tank. Two Goats and Techfear.
He's just too good.
I mean, it is kind of insane just how tanky the Hercules and the Cabrakan combination was.
Yeah, no longer having that Merlin.
I don't know. Maybe he'd have to go against like the top.
These teams have developed. Of course, knowing that you have finals potential,
that'd be an interesting video.
Are thinking about their
we saw that already with what's his face.
Teams that are used to playing under the vault ban system understand that there's got to be a comp B option, and we all know that
whatever the fuck his name is. He played Aladdin and he got cooked.
Ocean available for them to draw from. So let's see what they dip the bucket into and what they pull from the wishing well.
All the bans happen simultaneously, which gives us a little bit of time to think about who...
Kakate, Bacchus were banned. Wow. Oh, no, those are all the vault bans. Never mind.
Probably is still going to remain the case now. Guan Yu's very good. The Osiris is very good. So kind of take that off the board a little bit here. Artio is still up for grabs for somebody who wants to play them. I think Artio was looking pretty solid in a couple of the games that we watched, especially now that Cabrakan isn't available to pick on the field. You also have the Sobek, which would be pretty solid. Granted, if Artio's out there, you know, you have to deal with the crippling vines, but that is dependent on you actually being able to have the timing proper.
Yes.
So kind of give and take there, to be honest.
No Sobek ban.
Bans come through. Sobek is going to be up and available.
Sobek, Chiron, Eset. I'd say those are the big three to look for, right? Beyond that, they really could go anywhere from there. But knowing I Love You Punch and how they've been playing, I imagine Benny Q might be catered to first. What do you give Benny Q, though? Do you just give him Eset non-aspect? Scylla's still up? Nope.
Saw some 4600 ELO hells that went somewhat decent.
I mean, it's still good.
Sign up.
Pluck is good.
He won't sign up.
Cooldowns, he does well because he can sustain himself, but also offer a bit of anti-healing on that sickening strike.
That's true.
You can pass around the disease, so there's less less healing to be had.
Sobek, who would have thought? And this is actually that punch got Sobek.
potent problem for any tanks on the opposite side. You just need somebody that could follow up on the Sobek damage. That's the big thing. You pluck, you put yourself out of position. So when you pluck somebody, you need characters that can follow up and really nail it in and kill him there. I would say this could be a good chance for a 1 tank 2 damage combo.
Hachiman,
The Princess Bari,
Cthulhu, Atlas, Lancelot. Yeah, I want Cthulhu and Atlas. Lancelot's man, Hachiman. Boring. Baron.
So Aspect Baron is going to be the same, but non-Aspect got some cooldowns reduced.
Okay.
Oh, Baron.
He's still very good.
Baron on my Somdi.
This game feels a little weird to me as well, but in best of ones, there are going to be picks that are just a little bit stronger than Baron, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Disco, though, is certainly strong.
Baron into Sobek's kind of crazy, though.
With, especially considering how amazing
Baron fucking good. Yeet. Baron's really good.
Finals, Disco is indeed going to be boogieing their way into the game.
You've also got that.
Look how confident he looks after saying that. Boogieing.
Not too bad.
On the way to the battleground.
He's going to be relying on auto attacks. You can force her damage to somebody else, or even just hold a couple of tanks in place long enough to be able to find a bit of damage. Odin here.
Damn, he's
I like it.
talking that shit.
Bari and Baron. Out of this Odin cage. So we were already.
That was my new reformed build. Oh shit! Angel's about to cook you, Nami. Don't concede again, Nami. I think this is the one you can win, finally.
Beneficial for this Odin in a team fight. He throws down that ring of spears, and suddenly it's going to proc all your other things because the other team is going to throw down those shells of rebukes.
That's a really good point. The fact that you are cornering them in a pen.
I think we need another 1v1 with Nami and Angel. See what's going on.
Instantly as a counter, I build erosion. That's genuinely brilliant on their part, and also some solid shouts from you. We'll see if your crystal ball ends up bringing fruit with your predictions. I see a Thor, though, in my vision.
I was already one at third health, sir. Damn. Y'all got a 1v1. Thor, Baron, Princess Bari.
In theory, going to be playing very
I like Punch's team way more.
The Discordia probably wants to hang back.
Punch's team is way better, I think.
Opportunity for Thor to jump on top of the Discordia and create a sense of false isolation by keeping her away from the rest of the team. And forcing the Sobek and the Discordia, or the Sobek and the Odin, to turn around.
Nami would win, no cap, but I put up a fight. Ooh! She said she put up a fight, Nami? Looks like Nami's conceding again. I need to see a 1v1. When I was a burger.
We saw how a Thor can be very valuable when a war
we need to set up this 1v1.
Especially up against a character that's slippery, like the Merlin of SAP 7 and like the Disco of Benny Q. If those dashes and leaps are kept in the right time for the Disco, she can very easily kind of slip and disengage away from Anvils of Dawns that otherwise would result in her death. Look to see when the Disco ends up using that evasive ability to ensure her life and when it ends up resulting in her death if it's wantonly wasted. Game coming up bad.
Performance anxiety.
I love you, Punch.
Uh-oh.
Two Goats and Tegveer, Musi and D'Lo.
She's pulling back. She's pulling back.
And we're on the field.
Taking a quick peek at the starter items. Once again, 3 axes for 2 Goats and Tegveer.
Oh.
It's going to be the Sands of Time pickup for Benny Q. Does not want to jump on the axe train. They're like, nope. I'm hipster. I'm too cool. Good hover here, actually, because we've been talking about it so much. We could talk a bit about what Warriors X even does. We get a brief refresher. Basically, you hit somebody with an ability or an auto or anything, any kind of damage. You give yourself a heal and then some true damage. Are we actually fighting already?
Yo, Sobek is dead!
Beads down off Nika, or rather off of the Bari they pulled, and Nika's going to be the one who's just going down straight up. Yikes.
Bruh. We were talking about Warriors X, guys.
Bruh.
Certified bruh moment.
Oh.
Wait. Might not be over even. Red buff secured here by 2 Goats and Tegveer, despite the attempt at a staunch resistance from I Love You Punch. And again, guys, 3 axes. Just saying.
3 axes. It's a good start. I mean, that's 90 true damage on a target if you all hit him together.
Certified bruh moment.
You know, 30 heal.
What are we doing?
Hit that. But that's what makes it so good. Basically, you can trade very, very effectively with Warriors X, which is why it's such an easy.
Wonder if Smite and Twitch allow viewers to see items through Twitch by hovering over them like League.
Splits the difference with a pole.
What the fuck? That's a thing.
Spot of bother. Return kill on the forefront. And
hold on.
Odin's going to be disciplining their son. Nika is the counter kill, though.
Is Paul ult up?
5 difference is secured. This could be trouble here if they're not able to retreat quickly.
No, Paul's ult down. I wasn't paying attention.
Paul just going to satisfy themselves with some minion blood instead.
They're going to satisfy themselves with some minion blood.
Or did they not level their ultimate? Because they don't even have the diamond. Oh, now they level their ultimate.
Now they did it.
Interesting.
Okay,
curious. Paul. I wonder what the reasoning behind that was. But as we talk a little bit more about items, you can already know Paul's going to be looking to pick up probably something like a...
I don't know who any of those players are, to be honest. Wait, all these players?
Looking at that Book of Thoth initially, Yogi's necklace will be the pickup for...
I don't know, Nika. These are SPL players.
For 2 goats and
except I think Zav and Tegbeer. I think Tegbeer was SEC, and I don't know about Zav.
Armor and Sage's Ring. That could be a few things, actually. That's an interesting combination. Because Sage's Ring is the magical with the cooldown. So I have to double check myself to see what happens building there. And Skegox and a round shield for Tegveer. Physical and strength damage. So I'm a little confused as to what the builds are for Tegveer and 2 goats. But it is going to be super hipster and probably very cool.
All the Musi sauce points at stake here. Who cares of the 1050 cash prize? As long as you can win Musi's love and affection. That's maybe the love that they're fishing for. I love you, Punch? No. We love you, Musi.
Wow. Thanks, Dilo. Ever since I got my Yogi's necklace, I haven't had to get a blue buff even once.
Oh, prophetic.
Hide of the Urchin? Or prophetic cloak.
Oh,
sorry, I saw... No, Hide of the Urchin doesn't exist. Sorry, the Freudian slip. You caught me yearning live on Smite game. My bad. So prophetic cloak is the pickup here, which... The problem with prophetic cloak is usually it's kind of hard to stack in a conquest.
Because Angel didn't bet. She bet 10 tokens.
That'd be a bad game, but it shows that 2 goats and Tegveer
it's percentage based.
Scale towards that late game, so we can get the stacks.
Like I used to.
On that prophetic, and then once it's evolved, get some extra mitigations.
Solid root there on top of the Baron Samity. Worth noting as well, this Baron having this slow immunity is pretty significant up against this team. You have this Sobek, the Lurking Waters, normally could be a really great slow pool. Might need it right now. Slow immunity, CC immunity, in fact, as try to free their souls from their bodies, but
ooh, big Thor.
The Odin cage. Thor comes crashing down, but it's Zav in the back, who's the only vulnerable member of the team. No longer, thanks to a solid root. It's a good pull there from the back, but
Bari just does so much damage. Oh my god!
Steps forward, maybe to their own demise. The tower shot does quite a bit of damage, and the madness has to be instantly feeds away. Paul now turns their attentions to the tower. That's 1 kill, finally, the Punch.
We don't really have the items.
Change the gold per minute, brother. Change it to damage. No one gives a shit about gold per minute.
We have the items to quickly turn our attentions to a purple buff.
They lost, but I still lost it all. Nah, it was percentage based, I believe, on that too. That's why somebody has to vote for the other team.
Situation for I Love You Punch, because
otherwise, it's like meaningless.
2 goats and Tegveer are building to scale at this point, and they're maintaining pressure in the early game. Right? This team is going to get better as time goes on. Beneki is also building to scale with that Book of Thoth, and in Evil Eye already, that's probably going to be a Spear of Desolation. But I Love You Punch just has to be careful. We haven't really been seeing the Nika, the Sobek pluck into big damage or anything like that. And as the game progresses, I feel like Nika's job gets harder and harder because the Sobek puts themselves out of position in order to get that pluck off.
Yeah.
So time does not favor I Love You Punch here.
And I will also say, like, Sobek pluck into what damage other than Benny Q's? Like, Zav, you have to charge up Gungir's Might, or if you want the Bird Bomb, obviously that's not the instant kind of damage that's on demand like many other players and characters would.
I believe in my mates.
So you have to kind of put your hopes in the fact that Nika's not only going to land the charge prey, but that their opponent's not going to find some means of slipping out of it, whether it be a beads or some other means of CC immunity. So it's not the easiest case for you to just kind of pluck and blow up someone like a normal Sobek comp.
I'm telling Benny Q.
Damn. Motes of Chaos. Oh, it's a shield splitter that Tegveer is building. Yeah, it goes to show just how little this item was built before this patch, by the way. Because I'm looking at a Skagox and a round shield, and I'm like, what are we doing? But Motes of Chaos means that Happen and Tegveer are going to be upgrading their relics soon. either an upgraded shell or upgraded beads. You have your Talisman of Purification, so that means that I Love You Punch's CC and damage is going to get significantly wounded. And also,
upgraded shell.
There's that Shell of Rebuke. So now when Zab pops their Odin ultimate, it's almost better for happen. He just pops the Shell of Rebuke. It says, sweet, extra shell for me. I'm going to take a little bit less damage. I'm going to walk out of this Odin cage. All is well.
And you know, Musi, despite the fact that it's the shells that they're being forced to purchase, that shout.
Now that I think back about it, I stopped keeping up on SPL people after like the whole what's his name, Maddie Pock and that one girl drama broke out. Whoa, what is that? I have no idea what that is.
Recognizing the fact that they are forcing two goats and Tegmir.
There's SPL drama? I don't remember that. I guess I never really kept up with the SPL during beginning of Smite 2.
Which they will oblige by.
You've got some poke from I Love You Punch, but there's a fair bit of
signing us up for next time, next Prime.
For the simple reason
the girls.
Keep themselves up.
What girls?
Chalices for the other two players, so.
Change Best and Lugo and Karev.
Yeah, we don't need wards in this house, by the way. We
oh, Bulu or whatever her name is.
So
Smite Pro Player and Smite 1 retired.
Worth noting when you
I don't remember that guy.
You can proc your Warriors X, so just another way to use that starter item.
And Thor aspect too.
Bot will train us. Yes, yes.
Potentially.
Maddie Pocket. Why do I know that guy?
Benny Q. Gonna return back to lane. Says the purple buff's not really as important as trying to push up the wave state. I don't disagree, especially when you have those big pushers to try to maybe get some tower damage off. But Paul quickly sidesteps in, says, "No way, Jose. Go back to your blue buff instead."
Well, and it's also important to get these waves. There's no real farm on the map, right? There's no back camps to go do. These camps that you can get are fought over constantly once they are spawned. So your mid wave is your main way of getting farm online. You can't miss any of that. If you miss one or two waves, you are on the back foot until you're level 20. And even then you're going to be down in gold as a general rule. So good use of playing the map from Benny Q, being like, hey, if they're going to stand around here, I'm going to force their wave out and make them rotate.
Force the beads out.
Some beads.
A good pluck there from Nika's what did it. Baron's stepping up rather aggressively, despite the fact that their Thor's lacking that relic and also not really too far up with the rest of the team. Wrap it up combo. Forces Benny Q back a little bit. Here comes the big fat pull. Beads as well as the ultimate. Comes out from the disco. The apple finds the mark, but the Baron's still healthy. A Phantom Shell in response, and the Bari ultimate gets dropped down on top. Benny Q trying to assist from range. Sobek has their ultimate to ensure safety, and Benny Q's able to sidestep the Bari balls as well. That means, despite all the flare and fight, no one's gonna drop.
But every ultimate was used except Tagvir's. So the Thor could have had an opportunity to maybe look for something off of that, but
you could qualify for icons. You just gotta say that you think you're your deity.
Cost, risk, analysis. What is worth going for, right? Once you put so much into a fight, you kind of realize, yeah, I just don't want to fight over it anymore. You know, I'd rather just chill here.
And they're doing a good job of making those assessments in the blinks of an eye, right? You have very little time in these situations, these scrambles, to decide, all right, are we going to really send it or are we disengaging here? Red buff.
Icons would get shit on. I feel like anyone who talks about whoever does Elo Hell, we can always like shits on them.
And about a 1,500 gold lead goes their way. And once again, a situation, Musi, where there's not going to be any big loss.
Yeah, Icon. Yeah, he still owes you diamonds. I can't believe you haven't messaged him.
That's a good shout. You think about it. How? What are you going to use to secure any of these objectives? Lurking Waters? Question mark. A Paul ultimate? Not really. So it's going to come down to playing for picks and finding what kills you can, but those are few and far between.
Weekend Sky an asshole? Yeah, he is an asshole. I think he's a self-proclaimed asshole as well, so.
As opposed to 0 now, so that's a good start.
I want his clip, yeah.
Leap over through the wall there.
Weekend also is like really, Weekend would pay you. I don't know why you don't ask him. That's a good ult.
I think you could be in trouble, but it's a good route, not enough. Paul finds the kill, the cage comes up too late to save their backline. A pluck there from Nika means they have no dash left, but they are close enough to their Phoenix, so they should be able to get back to safety. The Shark lurks in the waters, but only to jump in and out of the surface. And they have to go back home with one more member dead.
They have to go back home.
Thor gonna scoop up that purple buff for himself. So we get a blue buff.
Y'all sleeping on Princess Bari, man.
Mid-wave pushed in.
Y'all gotta start playing Bari.
Two goats and
She's not even that hard to play, I feel like.
This lead, and Paul's just gonna farm damage for a little bit to pad stats. That's good. Got that.
I'll ask him. I'll play Elo Hell. No, don't do that, Neko.
These items, CeeLo.
You're the prime person to play it.
I like this. For those of you who aren't aware of how Ansile works, when you activate it, the next ability that you cast, when it damages a god, it silences them for 1.
I should purposely make a Smurf, play the Smurf and lose like a lot of my games on purpose, play like 100 games, my peak is gold, and then just like lock the fuck in like a plat lobby.
Even if you hit somebody with the Baronal, and then you turn around,
I'm an Elo Hell when Neko's on my team.
Those characters.
Yep.
Damn.
Makes it essentially a Izanami ult that lasts.
Izanami! Oh, it's Chile. I haven't seen that item picked up. Who picked that up? Sobek?
But we'll see if they're able to execute it.
Wait, no, Baron picked it up.
Gotta be careful for that exact reason. Stay out of range and make sure to use theirs properly as well. Get some solid damage.
She gained Chile
shrugs off
the Sobek.
Disease applied. Maybe a bit too late though.
It's not a bad item to pick up.
And Zav, the big question here for this Odin, we talked about how important their cage is going to be. When do you
Play with me then, Buzz.
Right at the start.
Like my big toe.
Right at the start of the fight, force shells out, and then immediately back off, and then try to look for a re-engage afterwards. I think that's, you know, what you're using your ultimate for in this instance. It's a bait tool to see how many resources you can panic force away from two goats and Tegbeer.
I think you did play with, you played with me, me and Icons.
Doing a great job of
a while
landing
ago.
These skill shots that normally would make a Baron have the rough spot in terms of their positioning, but because they're such a threat with these roots, these heals, no one really wants to.
No, we played together before. We only played one game, I think, though.
So far, you know, in deal, I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's just going to be kind of quiet until this game hits its boiling point. We do have penetration available for you and for Paul with the Obshar, but Paul also has their Titan's Bane online now. Or Titan's Bane, excuse me, their Rada Tahuti online now. An interesting pickup there from Zav, I will say, is the upgraded Sunder. That's kind of tech. Could deal a lot of damage to somebody if they're not really ready for it. So Zav's trying to jump on this back line.
Am I tired or something? Why am I yawning, bro?
A shield splitter. Get a lot of damage off that.
Yo, bro just nutted. Oh.
With that amazing ultimate. The wall's a bit off the mark, though. It means Sobek is able to actually still escape. The cage keeps Paul locked inside, and Nika is able to successfully escape. Now we're being wrapped up one more time. Beneq gets a bit of poke off as a quick retort. But
breaking your achy breaky heart. What the fuck it is? Achy breaky heart.
That Ansile is putting in a lot of work. I do like that. It's sick tech, and it's fun to see it on the big screen. Two goats and Tegbeer looking for a little bit more, though. In fact, Tegbeer himself, the knock goat, taking quite a bit of poke here.
Down the beads, thanks to that really solid pluck. Find a bit more as well. Purple buff? I don't know if that was gone. Yes.
So the Sobek was one get completely countered by the Anchile on Baron.
Here on the side of two goats and Tegbeer. 15 minutes about 1-4 in favor of the team of Chaos, and gold lead still about 2k their way. That could
when it's up, of course.
Nice solid pluck. Good tail up as well. Forces happen back even further, but again, they don't have the 100-0 comp music. That means
bro, Baron is so fucking tanky. Gross, bro. Gross. I've been surprised that I haven't seen more Baron.
Drunkenly step to the side.
Woo! Nika might just be dead.
A rebuke comes out, but doesn't save the life.
Paul's getting cooked.
Could be in danger as well, but go back and the bird bomb on him.
We got him.
And one last swipe of the spear.
He'll engage on the Sobek.
Nika staying alive just long enough to wait for the pluck. It's a great wall in response, and Tegbeer might be able to stay alive for it. Baron in the back line.
No, Teg's dead.
Completely abandon all hope and leave their Thor for the wolves.
Okay, we got a game.
One more kill there for the Disco.
big difference in that fight compared to the last one. Zav was able to get to the backline and jump on top of Paul. You see that Sunder on cooldown. That damage was instrumental to the kill of that Princess Bari. Finally, I Love You Punch has managed to stall the game out to such a degree that they're able to fight back a bit. But think also, what mistakes were made from Two Goats and Tegvir in that engagement? Tegvir, the Thor ultimate was just a bit out of range, right? And we lose the value off that Thor ultimate when it's not hitting the way that we need it to. So, in the same sense of when the Sobek goes for a pluck and it doesn't hit, and you're like, oh, that's not too good, at least the Sobek pluck's on a shorter cooldown. That ultimate has got to connect on top of somebody. If it doesn't, that's got to be a call to back up, reset, look for something else. Because even off that little skirmish, I Love You Punch, it's small, but they pulled ahead.
I mean, it just seemed like there's a bit of miscommunication as well. Happen was trying to clearly leave the fight, felt uncomfortable, wanted to exit the party as soon as possible. Tegvir was like, dude, just 15 more minutes, let me say goodbye to all my friends. And then it was a lot longer than 15 seconds. They ended up actually dying for the cause. Happen having abandoned the fight entirely. Mika did also a great job baiting with their life too. Might be doing so again. Bansal comes through and they'll eat the entire grout of the damage, but maybe baiting a bit too well. Tegvir will actually take them out. Beats forced off for Benny Q in the sky. Here comes the Thor. Thorl perfectly on the mark and Disco's no more. Paul takes the kill and gonna be only left alive the Odin to just wander away, but maybe get a bit of extra damage before they go.
Level 20 across the board here for Two Goats and Tegvir. Finally taking a look at this tier 1 tower. As that falls down, I look forlornly at that lost knight, thinking to myself, gosh, wouldn't that be just such a cool objective to have? Paul's not interested. Paul's farming damage right now. Padding damage has 32k for this Princess Bari. Just putting in a crazy amount of work here.
Oh my god!
Hey, and for good reason. Look at that. Just grinding through all those props without really any sweat being broken.
Totem of Death.
Now 3-6. Two Goats and Tegvir double down.
I like that. I used to build Totem of Death on Bari too for the ult.
Sobek is present, but they're quite aware thanks to the flare. Nonetheless, Paul decides to do a quick reset, having earned quite
got a lot of
gold
fucking
to get
cooldown
itemized
too,
back
especially
up.
not building
Online
fans.
alongside the blink.
The blink. It's here. You've got 2 blinks actually here for Two Goats and Tegvir. Combat blinks as well, so they can be popped in the middle of a fight. You get a little bit of damage off when you do land an ability after you hit that blink. So, not too shabby at all. Means the engage from Two Goats and Tegvir is going to be scary. You can blink in with your Baron, proc your Ansile, go for the ultimate. Not a whole lot you could do about that if you don't have beads, and the only one with beads is going to be Benny Q.
19 minutes. Let's see if we can see that balance shift any further, or maybe I Love You Punch can try to reassert their dominance instead. We'll find out shortly. It's Odin on the front line, eats the Rapid up. But these Bird Bomb shields at the very least do allow them to try to suffer through some of that pain with a smile on their face. The Gungir's Might's off the mark though, and that could have been useful to set up for a potential pluck. Instead, it's a Sobek being set up on a platter here. A lot of poke applied to Nika. Could be trouble alongside this Ansile silence. Benny queued up in the back, launches the golden apple. It's going to find the Thor, but they're able to find enough distance to guarantee their safety that no one else gets infected. Benny Q
Paul's looking in a little out of position.
Quickly rejoined. Unruly Magic finds solid poke there on top of the Paul, but now they're inside the jungle's clutches, and it's going to be instead inside of Odin's fist. Paul will fall. It's a killing spree, and Benny Q liable to the Thor, but it's a great backstep to ensure they will find the mark. Leap over the wall, but she can still toss that magic right back at you. Casting Fireball as many times as possible.
He's dead.
Tegvir rolls for evasion and manages to try to hit a critical fail as the Thor is going to fall to their father's side once more.
They kill Paul. It's looking like it might be over.
They've held out long enough here.
They can do it again at least.
I think part of what helps enable that, we do have the erosion that was built by Zap.
That's a free
with that
LK.
Means that when all those shells get popped, Zap gets ever so tanky.
I like Benny Q's team comp way better.
It'll win you fights. It might even win you a game. As the Lost Knight is scooped up by I Love You Punch, it'll disable just the T1 tower, but hey, if anything, it means Two Goats and Tegvir can't have it for themselves.
It also means you get 15% penetration as well as 0.8% health and mana regen. So, it's pretty good stuff here so far. I Love You Punch this time around, starting to see the fruits of their labor. Again, it's difficult to spend so much time, especially in a game mode that can feel as tedious as the farm game of Joust. Just one lane, a few camps. It's hard to exist for such a long, stagnating period on the back foot, but patience will find its rewards. Muse, you talked about eating the marshmallow off rip. Well, these guys know about delayed gratification.
Yep. And you get 2 marshmallows, which is significantly better than just a singular marshmallow. Or so I'm told. I always eat the marshmallow off rip, if I'm being honest. So I don't know what the joy of 2 marshmallows is like. So,
Can't even imagine.
God, it must be so freaking sweet.
Well, a game 2 victory would also be pretty sweet for I Love You Punch.
Oh,
Tier 1
Phoenix.
Go down without any issue. But the Phoenix is a different story.
Oh, damn, big damage by fucking Bari.
How does the TGAT comp look?
Honestly,
By one fucking ball.
still pretty good. Happen still offers quite a bit of value. We
He's just throwing his nuts out, leaving his nuts hang.
Offer a little bit more peel to Paul instead of putting more pressure on top of Benny Q, right? If Happen plays around keeping Paul alive long enough to kill Zav, who keeps trying to kill Paul,
oh, big miss!
Advantage and turn it back around. This means
Guys, Aegis.
fighting in no man's land versus the rest of the team, so he'll have to be careful.
Oh, they are just diving that fucking disco.
Oh! Wasted on top of their scaly hide. Benny Q in danger, in the grave. Tegbeer takes them down.
Huge fucking Bari blink.
O decides to go back in, trying to look for Paul.
Oh!
To do it. One last swipe from the axe. Nika will answer back. It's a 1-for-1.
I don't think
so
they get
far.
Nika.
Seems that they're happy with that. I Love You Punch.
All right,
Debate whether they want
time to
go back
reset.
in.
Both damage dealers are dead. GG.
Lick their wounds, they'll accept the trade.
Yeah, lick these nuts. Go back.
You take one buff away, and you bleed the rest of the time out too. So 2 Goats and Tegveer kind of keep the pressure away from their Phoenix. I really like the fact that they took the fight to I Love You Punch, even though they still had some time left on that Lost Honor buff. Or Honor Restored, I believe it's technically called. Lost Honor Restored. Yeah, play a little bit of Joust here and there. But
Oh,
what this does is it buys some time for 2 Goats and Tegveer to take a look at a Lost Night of their own and stop the snowball from developing too much for I Love You Punch.
Also guarantees I'll probably be finished.
what's the builds? Love to see the builds here.
23 minutes.
Oh, big wall. Doesn't matter though. He's still dead.
Hold on a second. I don't think they like
Big
that.
Bari!
Oriole's gonna save Baron for a little bit. Consigned Spirit's not going to be able to find him.
Damn, are we going to a game 3? Please don't say it.
And now the scoreboard 7-7 instead.
Please don't say
This is
it.
gonna open up that Lost Night for I Love You Punch, unless no way we kill Odin in a million years. Now, especially they got that Pridwin online too, so just a crazy amount of shields to be had. Unfortunate that Happen gets picked off here, but 2 Goats and Tegveer, they're gonna go for it anyways.
Thor ult.
In the skies, the Thor, the instant call to disengage.
Yeah, you're not gonna do anything.
They go back in. Double stun. Actually, pretty solid damage.
Bari's
from Savage.
alive. He's gotta be careful as fuck though.
Their attention's turned towards them. It's a good stun.
Nice. That's good though. Distraction for sure. Baron's back up in 5.
Little poke balls
Ow.
this time. They did their mission
Bitch.
though. They got the enemy team.
That's all I needed.
off of the Lost Night.
That's all I needed.
That's all you really have to do there, because with Happen being dead, you don't really want to commit to a real fight if you're 2 Goats and Tegveer. What you're trying to do is appear scary enough that I Love You Punch says, okay, there's a chance that they could go in and ruin all our plans. Even though it's not the smartest thing in the world, you don't want to risk
There it is again. Oh, he missed the ult though. This is huge for Paul's team. Paul's a little low though.
That means there's no damage present on the front lines.
Big heal.
Certainly there though. Finds the third bomb, but the wrap it up is going to affect both him
I
and
can't
Silvac.
see.
Barialt is dropped. And silent.
Oh my god. Good
Trying to
Aegis.
breathe the soul from their scaly hide, but
Oh,
staying
500.
alive for a bit longer. The Bari balls, but do they have the blowback to actually find the last dregs of damage? It's going to be going a bit wide. Mika manages to evade from the wall, blocks
There's
their
the Thor
retreat.
ult. There's a Thor
There
ult.
goes the Thor. Benny
Oh, wow.
They go inside the blue box.
Oh, wow. That was...
Trying to zig where they zag,
Oh.
but Benny Q is still in trouble. One last stun. One
Wow.
last
That was
Victory
actually...
once again.
That was really
Active for
smart by
Benny Q.
Tegveer.
Tegveer wanted to cut off
He
the
cut
option
off,
with that
yeah.
blue buff, anticipating That Benny Q was gonna try to dash away towards that pit.
I wonder if Benny should have just chilled near the blue buff, because he knew he was gonna have to come over. And he should have just chilled right there, pretend to back, and then once Thor comes over, he threes over. I think he could have been fine.
This looks tough.
Ooh, Barrio.
Oh, he misses three. As well, and they're gonna dash right through things with Phantom Shell. But Sobek is here to provide a good amount of interruption. Not enough though. Paul gets one last.
Oh, did he just dash too?
I
think Sobek kills Paul here.
The sole survivor of I Love You
Gotta be
Punch.
careful.
We gonna take that TP over? Oh no. I was like, Lost Night? No, not quite. We're gonna go for that reset. Zab's down for about 40 seconds or so.
That was nice.
There's an opportunity to play this game right now. There's a chance to do something silly with the 30 seconds that Odin has gone. Gun it to that Lost Night. You can see Happen and Paul doing that right now. As Tegvir also takes that left side TP to get there. We have the burn, we have the capability, but can we make it happen? I Love You Punch.
Nah, let it go.
It's gonna be in the toughest spot so far.
Interesting that they let it go.
On that Lost Night. No one wants to contest, and I gotta say I respect that again. Cost, benefit, ratio,
Ooh.
risk of dying and losing the game right then and there, which is too great with that Phoenix disabled. It's gonna make it all that much more easy for TGAT to run them over. Defensively on the I Love You Punch's end, how do they stay alive?
I gotta be careful, man. If any of them die, they might be GG.
Punch has a winning game plan, right? If Zab is able to get to Paul, they can kill them. It takes a bit of time. We just have to find a way to thread that needle to make it happen. You also have Nika who can go for a pluck for anybody who can.
Watch out for the bar blink too. It's just gonna be crazy. He's gonna blink in and kill that disco. All three of them just fucking killing the disco in the back line.
It's more like an offensive team, if you kind of get my meaning here.
In fact, we have this Bari as well. I mean, this Phoenix is a lot easier to whittle down, but it's a solid block.
Benny's low.
But the tail doesn't find the CC. Now Sobek's finding
Oh my god, good Aegis.
Phantom as well to ensure that Nika does not fall just yet. That would be far too early in the fight.
Oh,
Still much game left to go.
that's Phoenix for sure.
Stays alive. Zab on the front lines. Good rip. Solid damage on the tag. The golden apple nearly gets the
Oh my god, she does so much damage, bro.
That forces I Love You Punch to disengage.
I know one died.
Down, but that was a given for Two Goats and Tegvir. Because it was disabled, it should have died for sure.
Oh!
Now with Tegvir, it's such a low health bar.
That is not good for the Sobek. Sobek's everything's down. They could kill the Sobek, I think.
Leading to so much, but Thor in the sky forces Benny Q to dash on back.
Misplays. And Nika actually played that well too. Ooh, good blink.
Focus on saving themselves with a quick blink.
Ooh, missing. We're missing. Ooh, big one by them.
Plenty of distance left to go back to Fountain. That's a good, nice shift there.
Oh my god, so many things happening right.
Beads there from the disco. One last apple, one last miss.
Oh!
This is looking to be trouble here for I Love You Punch, but they're still standing strong.
Oh, the Barrio. The Barrio. She's still dead though.
Nika applies the final blow. And Tegvir might just be next. The Sunder.
Wow.
Tegvir will fall as well.
No way. Do they win? They do win. That's GG.
The rampage for Punch.
That's game.
With that, dead for 40 seconds. There's a real chance that I Love You Punch
no,
might
that's
just
game.
be able to end the game off of this too. Two Goats and Tegvir got way too aggressive.
That's game.
Way too much, trying to force way too much, feeling themselves for real.
Discord's so broken. What about it?
Just cost them everything. This Phoenix taking a quick second to chunk down.
Hit one and
it's gonna be up in 20.
Oh, Discord. Yeah, Discordia.
Tank meta, baby. They can
Sunday. Yeah. Wow.
All you want. God of War, you are not. I Love You. Have found the counter punch to even the odds.
GG.
Even the series. We're going to game 3.
Bari pick.
Looking at the raw drafts here, that I like way.
Oh, the wombo combo.
Aspect, right? Cuckoo aspect has been played
until Achilles and just absolutely
where you're able to utilize
get a hold
things
of
like
Cuckoo's
the
cheeks
and the tank build very well. So it would fit right in with everything else. It would be a mage that could do damage like you need,
not bad,
but
though.
can also kind of live through a fight a bit longer and force more resources out of the other team before you fall down.
Yeah, this Delo's guy's hair is pissing me off a little bit too, I'm not gonna lie.
I think that the Cuckoo aspect is it makes the most sense, but at the same time, if you can't close that distance, it'd be very frustrating. If Zeus is able to stall your approaches with those lightning bolts, that becomes frustrating. Slipstream, though, I will note, no matter what, is actually really good up against this
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Lightning, the slow that it applies is so deadly, so debilitating. Slipstream allows you to just easily shrug that off. So honestly, not too shabby for that reason as well to have the Cuckoo alongside two amazing secure ultimates from I Love You Punch. If we do decide to try to take a risky rip around that Lost Night, it's likely going in their favor.
Plus, you also have the Nausea ultimate with the Kukulkan ultimate. I mean, it's like when we would watch the Founders Edition.
Isn't that tripping? Do you not know that?
We talked about it. It was
New Age Nausea.
The Nausea at home. New Age Nausea, right? Current age Nausea, no longer New Age Nausea, real Nausea here with us right now. You can have one. Here you go, Dilo. It's Nausea, right? So we have crazy good setup for this Kukulkan, for the Spirit of the Nine Winds to be able to rip through and deal a bunch of damage.
We'll see if they're able to get that done, or we'll see if they end up going home demoralized and in defeat as we hop into Game 3 in particular in the Grand Finals, the final game of the final set of the day. Two Goats and Tegvir, I Love You Punch, Dilo and Musi on the mics.
Minions have spawned.
Axes for everybody over for Two Goats and Tegvir makes sense. Sands of Time is the pickup for Benny Q and for Zav, and notably Cuckoo is not going the aspect, so we don't have to worry about any of those shenanigans. It's just going to be raw damage. So Benny Q is going to be trying to scale really hard towards that late game. Oh, hello health bar there for Nika.
Yikes. And Paul's even focused on them. They were too busy being occupied with that red buff, which they will indeed secure quite easily. Shock, no aspect. Ganesh, C aspect. So that does mean there's going to be a bit of additional damage, and as well, the fact there's no silence there, but I think happens just fine with that.
So far, it's kind of interesting. We have to like slow down our talking points and rethink of everything all over again. But I think because Benny Q is playing this squishy Kukulkan, they don't have the Warrior's Axe. That does make him kind of vulnerable. That's why you have 3 Aegises over there for I Love You Punch, just to try to immune some of the damage.
And you're seeing one
wow.
right now. Unfortunately, it's not going to stop the end result of Happen taking them out underneath the Lightning Storm. Nika didn't pack an umbrella.
That's level 5.
That's going to be the level 5 difference, and that's why we go for those neutral camps. Tegvir and Paul each have a purple and a red buff on them, respectively. Because of that, they're going to hit level 5 first, catch a Nausea out. How are they going to get away from a Zeus ult, right? They don't have ultimate. They're stuck. Sitting duck. So a good first blood play there from Two Goats and Tegvir. Just leveraging farm on the map as effectively as possible. But we saw this from them in the last game too, you know? They got their first blood. They were able to push a little bit, but then again went back to kind of like a farming simulator for both teams because they realized, all right, well, now the fun part's over. We gotta farm until we're ready to end the game.
Staring into my crystal ball, I see a Stampede and I Love You Punch's future. Slows both the Lightning Storm, Chain Lightning, and those pillars. A lot to deal with for a god like Benny Q, who, like you said, now that they're on this Cuckoo aspect, squishy, but also not only squishy, doesn't have the dash available to them unless they're inside their tornado, and that's really rough stuff to deal with.
Talking about crystal balls, we talk about these 2 Yogi's necklaces that are en route here for Nika and Zav. Just gonna be so much health to chew through. Got that shield splitter on the way for Tegvir again. And looks like Happen's gonna be building a little bit more of that damage tank. They are going the aspect, so Helm of Radiance around the corner. And a Chronos Pendant for Paul, so it looks like Paul's very comfortable just playing characters who can spam the cooldowns, try to get a lot of value from those lightning strikes, and disrupt the fight as much as they can.
Now with Ultimate's online for all of I Love You Punch, I'm curious what their means of engage is and how they start and also end the fight. Nika, of course, has the potential to start things off with Windfire Wheels, which we haven't gotten to see shown just yet. And Zav's got the Storm Call. Both amazing initiations, but when and where do you decide to use them and in what order?
Oh, Naja.
I mean, Naja just then goes for the sash, but
I like Paul's team way better.
Actually is very tough. I was going to say, Dilo, if you can find a way to
The Naja can somehow get to the Zeus, maybe, but like, I think Zeus is probably gonna go hybrid, and he went beads, so it's like, I just don't see the Naja getting to him.
or this purple buff, or maybe both. You greedy sons of guns. They're gonna be able to take that purple buff, no problem. The Lost Knight, though, it's a foregone conclusion. All of you punch is present. Zav has their ultimate ready. Happens is down as well, so all the big confirm is...
I come back from food, and there it is, a Ganesh. Yeah, I even said I was... You weren't there, but I said, like...
Hipping and hopping.
Damn it, you were right.
Tegvir cannot afford to roll the dice on
Ganesh Ash deck, huh?
is not suggested in Joust.
I mean, it makes sense. Being able to do damage while hybrid.
Pretty much, I mean, you know.
Pretty good.
Not to get too soapboxy, but, you know, probably just still go gambling. You know, it's probably just not worth it. I lost $40.
Triple Aegis.
I hate fish.
Know, that's stupid fish machine, man. I mean, that thing was ridiculous.
Don't go gambling unless you're
Malum. How big can a fish get? Like, it's for real. Oh my god. Don't even get me started.
That guy probably's got a parlay on this set already. It's already about to hit. Just waiting for 2 goats and Tegvir to take the W, and Malum's gonna hit up my DM saying, look at that, guys, 400, stake.com, everyone.
Do people actually bet on this shit?
Thanks,
5 minutes. Appreciate it, buddy, and me here, just struggling to eat my spam on bread meal. Nonetheless, I love you punch, not eating the best either. 5 minutes in. Eating solid damage, but that's not what you wanted.
Ooh, what the fuck was that Zeus ult?
Not able to slipstream away from the lightning storm, but does take good
big damage, oh my god.
Well, the chain lightning gets detonated.
Does the Cuckoo ult kill?
Send right back down to the pillars. Spirit of the
Nope.
Night still not going to result in the kill, and now it's actually Nika in danger.
No, that's
instead.
dead.
Aegis not
They're all
gonna be
dead.
enough to save you. Happen takes the
Good
kill.
Aegis.
Fatal strike. Not furious
Wow.
enough, but the dot damage afterward. Benny Q will still
I don't like
fall.
these two casters.
2 more kills in favor of 2.
Give me Trelly. Yeah, Trelly was a better caster, but I like the other guy better.
Just killed Benny Q
This guy right here talking. The other guy is
Holy W.
Their casting ability isn't bad. I'm not saying that. They're solid casters. It's just
being able to throw out a projectile every 15 seconds. Lost Knight
Yeah.
is going to be the focus. Zav doesn't have the ult, but
nope.
he does have a will.
Oh, the axe nearly.
Tilo sucks.
Clinch it out, but the Vermilion Sash does catch up to Paul, forces the Phantom Shell out. But Paul's got that movement speed stim you mentioned earlier, Muse. That's going to be enough to get them back to safety. There's going to
Ganesh is dead.
as the elephant gets hunted down.
Which is honestly fine. Not that big of a deal. He's up in 15. They got Bull for another probably minute after he comes back. Shouldn't be bad.
But it is something.
Still worth it.
It is something. You'll take it. You'll have it. But this Lost Knight was confirmed so early for 2 goats and Tegvir. So now the question is, can they immediately put pressure on that tier 1 tower? Or are Love You Punch still close enough in terms of farm and gold to maybe dissuade a full commit?
Very doubtful.
Looks like so far Punch and goats have other things to worry about before we get to that point.
Very doubtful. I don't think red team can fight this at all. Ooh, missed ult too. Yeah, they gotta. They can't do anything, bro. Lost Knight is so fucking good, man.
Now they're heading to defeat. A 4th kill there for TG18 and a tier 1.
It's too good. It's got to be harder to kill.
Example of a game that is starting to
But however,
in the favor of 2 goats.
I might just stall games.
With a very,
But make it like a little bit harder.
Kill heavy comp. I mean, Paul on this Zeus is able to deal a bunch of damage, but Tegvir has a crazy amount of confirm potential with their own ultimate.
I feel like when you get into higher end games, Neja is just not that big of a factor.
Combo makes him very hard to fight against. Doesn't matter if you get caught by the tornado, you got the shield.
Like, and also in the double tank, I just don't see Neja doing much.
They are in sync in terms of builds, though, and I think that's very cute, and I am on board with it. Yogi's Necklace Shield Splitter.
Twinsies.
Nice.
Not everyone likes doing that. I'm a huge fan of twinning with my buddies' music. I don't know about you, but I think it's so overrated. People are like, that's cringe. Like, yeah, and what? We look adorable.
Yeah,
but now it's Cyclopean Ring and the shield. Now they don't, though. Look at them. Come on, guys. Why do we abandon all hope? Abandon the fashion and instead... Yeah, Draper Drown, no longer cute. You guys lose.
What are we talking about, bro?
Oh, yeah. Tegvir. Gonna go in after it.
Tegvir, no fear, man. Looks in for Benny Q and gets some solid damage on top of the Cuckoo. Again, squishy as hell.
Well, actually, Ganesh could out here.
Have the whirlwind when they meet back down.
Oh, he fucking missed it!
Decent value, but happened. Thanks to a Phantom Shells.
Wait, I gotta rewatch that maybe, because... Were they pushing the Cuckoo out?
Of the Phoenix's flames.
What up, Pepe? Not gonna just make me want to play? Yeah, I've been wanting to play this entire fucking time, dude.
It is impressive to me that Naja is able to lift Ganesh into the air. Can we talk about that?
No, we don't need to.
Like, that's a
That's a
whole
good
elephant.
point. That's a whole.
Look
like,
at that guy.
Yeah, like
He's
Nika's
built.
arms are, you know, size of twigs, and yet is still managing to get up all 300 kilograms. I don't know. Can someone get a stat of how much elephants weigh? It's a lot. He's got 4 arms too. It's a lot. A lot to deal with.
The power scalers are gonna go crazy with that knowledge.
Can't wait for the
It's
death
pretty
battle.
impressive. Yeah, right. We're witnessing a death
200,000
battle right now,
gigatons. That's true.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, 2 Ghosts and Tegvir with the power of 200 tons of megatons of TNT.
Oh, brother.
I love you, Punch. Have a kill on the board at the very least, but they're 3K gold behind, and with his Lost Knight being potentially looked at next.
Let's see what Zeus building. He isn't going squishy. Or, hybrid.
It happened.
Been seeing this Chronos pendant though. With Axe being so good, it makes sense that, you know, Sands of Time was supposed to be help with that cooldown. Min-maxing your cooldown,
So that they can monitor their
so you don't have to go like a Chronos pendant. But now you don't go Chronos pendant. Don't have any cooldown in your starter. You just go as a Chronos Gem of Focus.
There's farm on the map, so we can't pull that Lost Knight quite yet. We can start looking at it pretty soon. Especially now that they know that Cuckoo has to deal with that wave getting pushed up.
I'm surprised Ganesh being in damn near every game and playing in the Beasties, yeah. Ganesh has been in a couple of these good in these games. There's always the aspect one too. Pretty good. Hybrid, tanky, Ganesha that also does damage. Yeah.
Does find the Windfire wheels. Doesn't find the hit. They come back down, but on top of what? Only the backline.
Yeah.
All still fine. Nika's the one who's separated from the rest of the team.
Guy's
Stunned
dead.
and dropped down. That's gonna be one dead Naja.
Let's go to
All
the
that laser
Achilles.
for what?
Let's watch the Achilles.
15 to victory.
Yeah,
Now it's
there you go.
the backline. Trying to finish off BennyQ, but beneath the Phoenix. They'll remain safe for now. Tegvir turns
I can't
back
see
around
it!
to assist the team in finishing off Zab. Good storm call. though.
Oh, good show.
Result in a potential reversal. Not enough damage though. to
It's
follow
just
it
the
up.
Cuckoo doesn't do
Blow
enough
into the
damage,
right
man.
dust, and Tegvir blows
Yeah, that team
Zab
comp
over.
blows,
Killing
bro.
spree There for the Achilles.
Once again, in that fight,
At least comparatively.
BennyQ throw out the ultimate, though at the time.
BennyQ's team is like a pub stomp team comp, not like a legit team comp. I feel like.
Sidestep the damage. This Cuckoo pick has not been.
I feel like it's too gimmicky for high level.
Because the ultimates just haven't been landing.
You're never gonna get that Neja to get that back
His
line.
ultimate is a giant circle, so
You're just not gonna get it. He hasn't sashed or ulted the Zeus once. And this is like high end. Nika's high end obviously too, but like damn, it's just not. He's just like a non-factor.
Get carried much? Oh god, might not even need it. Line abilities do damage.
My
too.
God,
Lightning storm as
bro.
well. Nika's in trouble already. Did you pack your umbrella this time is the question.
Ooh, did Paul get hit by Kuko?
Happens, still feeling healthy, and chases down at Kazavries. Takes a bit of damage for their trouble.
This could be a good fight for them now.
2 Goats and Tegvir.
This could be a good fight for Reb.
And I love you, Punch. Still has the Windfire wheels in pocket. That's going to be enough to force TG to reconsider last night.
That's a good ult.
Comes out, helps defend this T1.
That was a good ult.
You might think to yourself, is it worth it to hard defend a T1 like this? Honestly, yeah. Any bit of gold on the map that I Love You Punch could get is gold that you want to deny them. So clear that wave. Do whatever it takes, right? You're not going to use that ultimate for another however long until it comes up anyways. They're only building cooldown, so it'll take a hot minute, but that'll be fine. We're playing the long game. We're playing the patient game.
12 minutes in. Certainly has been patient on either side. 7-1 only. About 3K the way of TGAT. But I like the fact that you mentioned the fact that I Love You Punch. They're trying to apply this pressure, but 2 Goats and Tegvir recognize that they're looking at the whole engine.
Just lost night, man.
Can't let any wayward gold, even a single.
Everyone looking at that shit. Make sure no one's doing it.
Punch is something that you have to fight for.
Hovering around that
There's
bitch.
so little farm available on the map that every single source counts.
Gonna fight at purple. Cuckoo's back. You could definitely do that for free.
Back of the day, D'Lo.
Dude, they murdered that shit. And they're just pulling that shit.
Oh, you know what? It might be from Sky. I don't know.
Big baits, big baits.
Oh, we are cooked,
boy.
chat.
Ooh, big stun.
Boy. All right.
BennyQ might be too. A little dash back
Mods.
to safety. Ban us.
Yeah.
We are in trouble. Buddha will get you in the. Buddha will get you with the revisionist history. Don't you worry. Wipe that one
Thank
from
you,
the
Buddha.
record books. Get that out of the
Shout out
archives.
Spuda.
I don't know what they're ever
Shout out
talking
to you.
about, bro.
Lost Night. Get a little shout here from Two Goats and Tegbeer. They've been looking at it for so long. It's so tantalizing. They know what that buff means. 15% penetration.
There's a cuckoo. I think they're baiting it.
I love you.
I think they're baiting it.
Someone say
Yeah.
mana and health regen?
These are just
That
big
sounds
baits.
Awesome. Let me in on that, please. Tegbeer, not really wanting to allow that. Says I'm gatekeeping.
Going back on it.
What's that restaurant that gives you?
Trying to
10%
force them to
penetration?
fight.
I don't know. I think it closed right after 8.
Angel's coming from behind.
Yeah.
It blew up.
Ooh, oh, he got the Zeus.
Giant fire. Nudge on the back.
He thought- oh!
For Paul. Spirit of the
Oh,
Night
big
off the mark,
beads.
Does not reach the Zeus, and the beads
The cuckoo
actually
was
didn't
just
go
out of the
immune.
way.
The
Wow.
can't immune this. A fatal strike results in
That was
Mika's head
almost
rolling,
really
and
good.
Benny Q's barely able to escape happen.
That
Takes
was
the lead
almost
control
really
inside
good.
the right lane. This objective is still leashed. Paul could-
They wouldn't be able to do it if that cuckoo hit the ult. They'd have to reset. That was so close.
The rain doesn't do damage, but it does
Those
slow
are good
you
beads
down.
by Paul.
Shock
Ooh!
at the scene and tries to
Uh-oh.
call it down, but instead it's Paul.
I don't
who
think he
grabs
gets
for
it.
Two Goats and
Yeah.
Tegbeer.
Did he blink?
And Paul's able to escape shortly
The fuck
afterwards.
he get
A
out so quick,
easy
too?
Reset. I love you punch. Have to go back home. Heads hung in shame.
That was almost something. That was the first sash that Nika got on Paul. The cuckoo is so close. That ult.
You gotta respect the moxie from I Love You Punch to still try and give it that go. That Phoenix belonging to Punch's team is going to be disabled. And like we alluded to before, and like we've been alluding to all day, 15% penetration and 0.8% health and mana regen per second. In the pockets and bodies of Two Goats and Tegbeer. They'll have that for about 70 seconds or so now, which is going to be good for their push. They've been fairly handily
Obsidian
winning the fights
shard.
leading up to this point.
Two shells, no surprise. Beat stick, no surprise. Shield splitter, no surprise. Spirit robe, no surprise. Spear negation. Helm of radiance. Same old shit.
And delete them. I am a believer.
Phoenix deactivated. 3 members step beneath its waves.
Oof.
But it's Nika in the back line. Does hit the
Yikes, brother. Yikes. That was.
The Typhoon
Wow,
arrives.
they really
Enough
played that
Nika
horribly.
instead suffering the inclement weather. Paul takes them out because no
Why
one
did
else
the
was there in
cuckoo
back
ult?
to assist with the kill.
That's
Now
game.
It's Benny Q tossed up and served
Why
up
would
on
the
a platter.
cuckoo ult
Abbott
that?
will have their head and the birds up next. Could this
That was
be
a
the end?
huge misplay. That was the one and only time that Neja got the ult, and Cuckoo just ulted before.
Zav's full health, but it's not
Wow,
gonna
they
be
lost that
long.
game off of that.
This is trouble. Titans already dropped down.
Nah,
to half.
Paul
Zav's
won.
Gonna follow them to the grayscale.
Wow.
One last D
GG.
side's all they need. TGIT. Thank God it's Tegveer. They'll take it in 3.
Two Goats and Tegveer, official name change to
Comlab ain't gonna be bad either, yeah, you're right.
Congratulations, Tegveer, on finally making it big. You did it, man. Well done. This is a big dub.
Yeah, true
then
story.
I
I
was
couldn't
like,
win
against
the
150
berry game, unfortunately.
for- what's it called? Bro, how much did second get?
It's 100.
Second.
100 for second.
Okay, we get 250 and they get 100. Like when it's just a random bracket, dude. Like honestly, that was definitely.
300.
I mean, that was definitely the second best team. But like, imagine if like we were just playing some bums up there. Like,
Yeah.